January 2021, I was introduced to crypto. But I started scams. I was introduced to crypto through scams. When I came to Kampala, I said, now, I'm starting from zero. I can't get employed. You see, when you have been employed and you employ yourself, it is very hard to go back to employment. You better suffer and die. Life became tough. I left Uganda and I went to Mozambique. Now the story starts from there. And that's what I want to share with you. So I left Kampala. So basically, when I went to Mozambique, like I will show you, life became more tough. And still I came back to Uganda. But basically in life can look like this. But when for you see this. So what you are going through may not be the big issue. But what you see is the big deal. Because if you keep seeing this when you look in the mirror, life is very tough for you to change your mindset, for things to get better. So I was seeing this, yet I was living this life. Let me try to see if I have these photos. Now, I don't come from a very strong background because the picture here really describes where I come from. You see this shoe? It was called the Yebo Yebo. Because I lost my father when I was 9 months. I only grew up with my mother. I started in universal primary schools, UPE. So I don't have any strong background that I would say, you see, no. From very humble backgrounds. But then, this is me and my mother. I love her so much. This is where we used to stay. You see, this is the TV. And we were living into what I call a life that is very confused. You know, when you're in a life that is very confused, everything makes you happy, but you are never happy. So, this is where the journey started. When I left Kampala, by then I had left the other side and I was staying Kanyanya. I remember very well now. So when I was there, I'd spent some 2 days without eating. Not because I had, it wasn't something I liked. So a friend of mine came to me and told me, Julius, it's high time you leave Kampala because you might die. But when people call me home, we are doing well. Everything is moving. So I never tell anyone that life is tough, but I was dying silently. So a guy helped me and told me to leave Kampala, and I went to Masaka. And in Masaka, I met a guy online. He's called Kasivante Abe. He was introduced to me. I used to stay in his house. Same bed. He pays for me food every day as I figure out. So I got tired because Kasivante was living a very long distance by foot. So I told him, man, let me start staying in town. I will figure out my way. So I rented the house. And someone invited me on the 8th of January 2021, I was introduced to crypto. But I started scams. I was introduced to crypto through scams. We were being paid in Bitcoin. One day, the platform closed. So when it closed, I decided to remove my documents. Now I had surrendered. Life had become miserable. Everybody was wondering, money agenda kusome. Nasoma, tasiruwala busiruwazi. Chiriyo chizunga buzunzi, techina kechina. You know, those comments cause a lot of pain. So I said, okay, now I surrender. Let me go back to employment. But as I was planning, a guy called me. By then, Museveni was closing, I think that it was June. He was closing, and a guy called me in Kampala at Thombani Center down there on Ginger Road. Julius, come. We have found something that is going to work for you. I told him, man, I'm tired. I have lost enough money online. I'm done. He said, Julius, don't worry. I'm going to give you 100,000. That's $30. I said, okay. Are you sure? First send it. He sent me the 100,000. I said, hey, the guy is serious. Then I told him, before I come, You also give me another one. When I reach for transport, this is mine. He said, you come. When you reach, I will give you. I did not come to Kampala to see what the guy was showing me. I came to Kampala to collect this one peacefully and the transport. By then, moving from Masaka to Kampala was very expensive. It was around 50 to 60,000 during COVID. Very tough time. So I came, I had my Kafota as balance, then I found those guys on Tombani Center. They were seated on a table, taking a certain blue juice with an umbrella. I don't know if you get the picture. That's what I saw. I remember it very well. There is a glass, it has a blue juice, and on top, it has a straw that has a umbrella. So I was like, hey. I'm going to be a millionaire. So what we are taking? Now, these guys requested me to have something to eat, and I refused. Because I was worried that my Kafote might go, these things seem to be very expensive. I never ate.